Civilians once again have been the targets of Saudi-led coalition jets in Yemen. Iranian-backed Houthi rebels say at least 31 people, including women and children, were killed in an attack on their convoy in the western province of Hodeida.
Dead children and women. Disgusting crime.
The victims were trying to escape a camp in Al-Kuwi, which the coalition says was being used to launch missiles.
They hit us while we were on the road.
This little boy was spared, unlike the 44 children killed 2 weeks ago in another strike. That aerial bombing on August 9th targeted a bus full of kids returning from a summer camp. They were full of joy and all smiles just hours before, happy to be returning home to their families. The charity Save the Children says Yemen is the worst place in the world to be a child. One broken-hearted father scoured the scene for evidence his child may have been spared.
I just found some of what my boy was wearing. I didn't find any of his remains. Not his finger, not his bone, not his skull.
A day later, their families were weeping over the child-sized graves in Saada province, their final resting place. Save the Children estimates an average of 140 children have been killed every day since the beginning of Saudi-led coalition strikes against Houthis.
If the United Nations will not conduct their own investigation, I believe that the Saudi-led coalition will continue.
The sensational news that American-made smart bombs were used in that strike grabbed headlines in the U.S., but just for one day.
The case against the U.S. being implicated in these murders, in these war crimes, is a very strong one.
The 2015 Saudi-led and U.S.-supported intervention in Yemen has created what the UN calls the worst humanitarian crisis in the world. Thousands of people have been killed, millions have been displaced, and 22 million Yemenis desperately need humanitarian help every day. But the war in Yemen seems to have no ending. Chaderjian, Al Jazeera.